In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to handle criticism, hate, but not just that, how to create on TikTok when you're stressed out about your views going down or your following not growing. I'm going to be sharing with you guys the full scoop as soon as we cue this intro. Hey guys! Wanted to come on in here and share with you guys something that I wish I had figured out a lot sooner. You guys have probably heard a lot of different TikTok advice, and there's a lot of great advice, tons of great advice. There's advice about hashtags and captions and creating content. There's advice about how to generate leads. There's advice about how to grow your following and everything. But what I'm going to share with you guys right now is probably going to be some of the most impactful advice that you will ever get about TikTok, because oftentimes we get so focused on the metrics, the vanity metrics. Now, before we go any further, I want to let you guys know that there is nothing wrong with wanting to grow a following or views or dreaming of going viral. There is nothing wrong with it, because all of those things are indications that you're doing something right on that platform. I've said this before and I'll say it again. By the way, if you're here and watching live, comment below. I want to know who's hanging out. And if you're watching on the replay, hashtag it replay. So one of the things that's interesting though is like all of those stats. Some people call them vanity metrics and say that they mean absolutely nothing, that, followers, views, engagement, going viral, like all of those metrics don't matter at all. And I actually want to kind of say that that's like playing football and saying, but we don't care about the score. Yes and no. Does that make sense? Like, of course, it's about the love for the game, but the score at the end of a football game is basically giving you the outcome of what happened. Did you play well enough to show up? Did you play well enough to gain followers? Now, I'm going to give you guys a whole bunch of different perspectives. Cool? So you hang with me here? Everyone cool with that? The thing is, if vanity metrics are your only measurement for success, you're missing out on some of the most beautiful gifts of TikTok. And the reason that I think it's important to also keep track of followers, views, engagement is because those are signs, just like a scoreboard in a football game. Those are signs that are indicating to you, okay, I'm on the right track. I'm effectively communicating the message that I have inside. I'm getting in front of people and able to serve them now because I am playing the game well. And the truth is, if anyone's like, oh, it's not a game, then what are we doing? If we're not having fun playing the game as well as building our businesses and sharing messages that can impact the world, you may not think that your message is super impactful or that it's important, but I'm just going to tell you guys some really, really interesting information can help people. For example, we bought a ton of avocados and they all went ripe at the same time. And I felt so wasteful. I was like, no, because they all went right before I could even make guacamole. And so I had to throw away a bunch of ripe avocados, and that made me sick, right? That made me so sad. But then I saw someone post a TikTok video that straight up said, if you have overripe avocados or they're getting ripe, here's how you can prep them to freeze them to use them for your smoothies. And I was like, you know what? I know that this might seem silly or trivial or whatever, but in that moment, that made an impact on my life because I don't like wasting food. So the messages that you guys have, the positivity, the creativity, the entertainment that you have to bring to the world, every single part of that is important. Every single thing that you need to bring to the world is important, whether it's actually changing lives or whether it's something like here's how to freeze and chop your avocados so that they're ready for smoothies and you don't have to waste avocados. Guess what? For me in that moment, that was awesome. Besides, throwing away food always makes me feel bad because I used to be on welfare. So it was an awesome thing for me. It impacted my life. But that being said, while followers, views, going viral, all of those things are honestly like indications that you're effectively communicating a message and that you're showing up the way that the platform rewards. There's another side to this that I want to share with you guys because this is a game changer. And this is crazy. I was just tagged in a whole bunch of TikTok videos and Twitter threads across social media, and there's a whole group of people tearing me down. Everything from the way that I look, to the way that I talk, to the way that I dress, to the fact that my books are rainbow sorted, which must mean that I'm an absolute psychopath, that they don't like my advice. They were mocking the way that I presented advice. And one of the best pieces of advice that I can share with you guys is the lesson that I've learned and continue to learn over the last few years. The sooner that you stop caring what everybody thinks, what people think, what the trolls think, what people who are just plain old mean or hurtful or whatever, the sooner that you actually stop caring about that, the sooner you can start creating content with a beautiful freedom, a spirit of love, a spirit of abundance, a spirit of generosity and vulnerability. It takes a lot of bravery to show up as a creator, whether you're a small creator, a big creator, a heartfelt, heart-centered creator. It takes a lot of bravery every single day to show up. And the sooner that you realize you can't care what people think, otherwise you're going to be spinning in circles for the rest of your life. You can show up and give as much as advice as you want. And the sooner that you're like, you know what, I'm going to let this go and I'm not going to care what people think, the sooner you are going to find true freedom in creating content. Because having that thought, what are people going to think, in the back of your mind can hold you back from creating some of the best content that you will ever create in your life. Now, there's always people who say, what about when people have good criticism or good feedback? Well, the truth is, it doesn't matter what you put out there. Somebody's going to criticize it. For example, some people hate the fact that I talk like Reese Witherspoon. They say, like, I don't sound smart enough to run a business. That's fine. I know what my ACT score was. They don't like my books. Like, no one's ever going to like everything that you put out there or how you show up or present yourself or your business or your beliefs to the world. And so what I want to share with you is, instead of taking the advice of everybody, instead you can say, you know what? Here's my list of people whose advice and opinions I really respect. For example, my husband, Paul. I respect his opinion so much. He's earned that place in my life. If he tells me, hey, Rach, I think you're getting a little too hyped in your videos and you're not effectively communicating the point anymore, you know it. If my team, certain team members are like family to me, and if my team members were to be like, hey, Rach, like this email wasn't right, which by the way happens, let's not talk about the Christmas and Santa Claus email yet. When I sent that out, certain team members were like, you know, I don't think that you really communicated what you were trying to say well. That wasn't a great email. I respect their opinions highly. And so you have to ask yourself, whose opinions do I respect highly? And those are the people that you want to listen to. And truth be told, no one else, as crazy as that sounds. But instead, when you are able to let everyone go, all the opinions of everyone go, and focus 100% on creating, a magical thing starts happening. You're no longer giving with the expectation of going viral. You're no longer giving with the expectation of growing your following. You're no longer giving with the expectation of sales on the back end. When you're not giving from that space, what happens is you start to create more generously and abundantly. You're not scared. You're not holding back. You don't need to keep your best secrets to yourself. And so I want to challenge you guys to focus on honestly showing up with no strings attached, giving with an open palm, knowing that you may never see the fruits of what it is that you're doing. And that's okay. Insecurity, expecting something in return, those things show through video. They really do. And I can tell when I created a video in a space of not 100% generosity, abundance, confidence. Like I can tell, it shows very clearly. And so when people say and people say the funniest things, if you have 500,000 followers, how come your videos are low today? You know what? It's because I got my period this week and I'm emotional, just being dead honest. Emotions and the state of energy that we're in, it shows through our videos. And so if you're feeling incredibly insecure, if you're expecting something in return, if you're self-conscious about videos not getting tons of views, you'll create a cycle that continues to happen more. I've done it, I do it, it happens, and then I remind myself to center and focus on what is my message, how can I change the world? And truth be told, then I go ahead and create from a space of I want to help other people. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure that you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you like the way that I teach, and check out, I've got a few awesome and free resources for you in the bio beneath this video. I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.